You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now at 7, a die-hard Chiefs fan is gearing up for yet another exhilarating journey to the Super Bowl.
Also, there's a new sheriff in Newton County. We'll hear about the changes he hopes to bring.
We've got a chilly but beautiful start to the day. It is going to be even warmer out there. We'll have a look at that forecast to get you out the door coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Elise Noe.
And I'm Chris Warner, just after 7 o'clock now on this Wednesday, January the 29th, 2025.
Yes.
We got a lot of great stuff coming up today. We got a Wildcat Wednesday today. It's super exciting. A note to our producer Tennyson, that coffee that we wanted to try, don't ever make it again. I'm consuming it, but it is not. Oh. It's not. I'm not a big fan. Just as a heads up. I know he's sitting back there going, you told me to make it, and I know I did. I'm just saying let's not do it again. But outside of that, we got a fantastic show for you, and we have a very special celebration happening right here in our area.
Yes, the oldest woman in Jasper County is celebrating her favorite team and their big win in the playoffs.
KOM's Melissa Alexis spoke to her about the Kansas City Chiefs and their historical road to the Super Bowl.
And they won the game.
It's not every day that you see your favorite team go to the Super Bowl. And the oldest person in Jasper County, Helen Hubbard, will see this for the 3rd year in a row.
Wonderful, and especially for the players. I want them to play good. I don't want them to get hurt.
The 105-year-old Kansas City Chiefs fan had her eyes glued to the playoff game, a game that had her on the edge of her seat.
An anxious game. And so I started out being anxious, and then they made a touchdown, and I relaxed.
Now she's celebrating this historic moment where the Chiefs have a chance to be the first team in NFL history to win the Super Bowl for 3 years straight. The Chiefs are the first team in NFL history to reach 5 Super Bowls in a 6-season span.
Now I'm rooting for them to win their 3rd Super Bowl.
And Helen's not the only Chiefs fan here at the St. Luke's Nursing Center. She's got some friends to celebrate with as well.
My door is usually open all the time, and I have quite a few visitors.
And her, along with those friends, are hoping for a Chiefs win on Super Bowl Sunday.
That's something that's never been done, and for them to have that and Chiefs Kingdom to have that, it would mean a lot.
We were a Chiefs fan for many years, and watch them make to the playoffs and not win a game. So this is really awesome.
But Helen says win or lose, she'll always be a Chiefs fan.
When you're my age, you like to see them win. Whether they do or not, I will enjoy it.
Reporting in Carthage, Melissa Alexis, KOAM News.
Well, Helen and the staff at St. Luke's Nursing Center say they're looking forward to bringing their favorite Super Bowl foods like wings to the celebration.
Certainly a very, very cool thing. And it's very cool the Chiefs have made it like this. You know, they did have some times where in the past, they were not really a fantastic, club, and now it's really grown, through Andy Reid to what it is today, and just absolutely phenomenal to see that. And it's great for Kansas City and for this area too.
Super Bowl's always fun, but when it's your home team, it's
you're going
crazy.
You are going to be going
3 years in a row.
Crazy for sure, and you're going to be going crazy for this weather. It is unbelievably warm. Not right now, but it will be. Let's take a look outside. Got a beautiful sunrise this morning. Clouds, again, gradually increasing from south to north. So we've got partly cloudy skies at this point for some of us. Still clear skies for others. I knew something was going on. You guys see that smoke down there? This camera was freaking out a bit, and now there's a fair amount of smoke coming from something, maybe off of 3rd Street, 3rd and Joplin, I believe that is. I think it's just building, and I think it's probably supposed to, but I've never noticed it before. I apologize. The camera was freaking out, and I think that might be why the smoke was throwing it off. Okay, outside of that, looks great. Looks great 7th and Range Line there as well. And we'll head down to MoDOT camera, 20th and Range Line. Looking back to the west, looks good so far as well. And the KDOT camera south of Pittsburgh, also looking pretty good this morning as well. Now again, clouds will continue to increase through the day. So some of us up north will have those partly cloudy skies. Further south might start to get a little more mostly cloudy a little earlier. Clouds will increase for all of us though as we head through the day, and eventually, say after 8, 9 o'clock in that zone, we'll start to see some isolated showers rolling in, and eventually overnight we'll see some thunderstorms. No severe weather expected, but some heavy rain possible. 37 in Joplin, and then we're 9 degrees cooler just up the way in Pittsburgh at 28, and we've had that wide variety of temperatures all morning long. We've got low, mid, upper 20s, and then we've got low, mid, upper 30s out there. So again, just one of those things, a good mix, but eventually all of us heading for highs right about 60. So we're going to be anywhere from 15 to 20 degrees warmer than where we should be for this time of year. And then again, late this evening, rain chances increase. We'll talk about those rain chances and how the weekend is shaping up here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, the search for 2 children at a lake in Lynn County, Kansas takes a tragic turn. The search began last night around 8 when Lynn County deputies were alerted of 2 missing children in the Lake Chaparral community. Now, the sheriff's office used a drone to search the area above the lake where they discovered the 2 children had died trapped under the ice. Authorities say it's important to educate children on the dangers of ice.
Educating our children and ourselves of the danger that comes from the ice. Hypothermia sets in really quick, and if they had already been outside in the weather for any time period, their bodies were already chilled before they entered the water. And so just the importance of making sure that our children understand the necessity to stay away from the ice.
A rescue crews from Overland Park assisted with the recovery. This is a developing story, and we'll have more details on our website, KOAMNewsNow.com, as they become available. Well, Southeast Kansas authorities are investigating a body found in the ruins of a house fire. The fire swept through a single-family home in La Harpe, Kansas Monday. Authorities say the home was engulfed when they arrived, and it took several hours for firefighters to extinguish it. They later found an unidentified body inside. Authorities have requested an autopsy, and the Kansas State Fire Marshal's office is investigating. Well, there's a new sheriff in Newton County, and he says he's ready to get to work. KOAM Samantha Walker sat down with the newly sworn-in Matt Stewart to hear about his goals for the department.
New Newton County Sheriff Matt Stewart has decades of experience in law enforcement. He spent 20 years at the Joplin Police Department and retired as chief in 2020. Prior to swearing in as sheriff, he was the director of the Children's Center. He says his past career will help him navigate the challenges of law enforcement.
The biggest thing is all the relationships I've developed over the years with other law enforcement leaders and other community member leaders around the area, be able to draw up on that as well.
When running for sheriff, one of the things Stewart campaigned on was increasing transparency, which he's incorporating to many of the early changes he's bringing to the department.
The time to do that is while things are going well. If you're waiting to try to build that trust when something bad happens, you're behind the game.
Within his first month in office, Stewart began releasing more information to the public regarding what calls for service the department has had, the reports taken, and who they've arrested.
Make sure that they know what's going on in their community and make sure that they just know and trust that what we're doing here is what's best for our community.
Stewart says he's still learning the job, but all the while he's working on some long-term goals he has for the department. He says not only does he want to increase training within the sheriff's department, but he also wants to get a better retirement system in place.
We try to take care of those employees as best we can, and so one of my long-term goals that hopefully we can get done in the next year or two is try to get that retirement system in place for them.
Reporting in Newton County, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
Now, the sheriff says he's organizing monthly Meet the Sheriff events where the community can come speak with him one-on-one. He says he's working to schedule one for February. And those are our top news stories this half hour. Coming up next, Will Morris from the Kansas State Research and Extension Office joins us with an invitation to 4-H Club Days. And later, flower enthusiasts gather at a botanical garden to see a rare flower. You're watching the KOAO Morning News on Fox 14. We'll be right back, but first, here's a live look from Sheldon, Missouri. Welcome back. 4-H season is about to begin, and these programs provide valuable skills for kids. We have Will Morris with us this morning to share about opportunities for kids to explore different clubs. Welcome to you. Good morning. Happy to see you. So talk to me, for those who might not know or may have heard about what 4-H is, just briefly about what it is and how it benefits kids in the community.
Yeah, so 4-H to its core is a youth development organization. There's a common misconception, that we just do the county fair or we're just agricultural based, which we are. That's such a deep part of our roots. However, we do so much more to really develop youth as a whole because, we believe that there are leaders of tomorrow.
Yes.
So one of our upcoming events is 4-H Club Days. What's so great about it is that not only do the clubs get together and they have different opportunities to form model meetings, which demonstrate parliamentary procedure, and which is kind of a lost art for people as they get older, and then they can do different skits and dances, performances, things like that, that are club based.
Yes.
But then one of the big factors that we have that we really feel is such a strong point for our 4-H kids is our public speaking skills that they learn. So as a 4-H alumni, I've never walked into any sort of situation where I was kind of nervous or afraid to talk in public because I grew up doing it.
Yes.
With our 4-H Club Day, kids actually have the opportunity to give talks, demonstrations, do public speaking in a low stakes kind of environment, but they also get feedback on it. So that way, when they go in, they're interviewing for jobs in the future or scholarships, no matter the case, they have had that opportunity to stand in front of a room of people and present something that maybe they're passionate about or into. So really developing and honing in on those skills that they'll carry with them as they go through life.
Absolutely. Definitely some beneficial skills there. Talk to me kind of about the age range and kind of like who some of these clubs are for specifically.
So our clubs are open to all youth that are 7 to 18 years old. So our enrollment is open now. So if anybody wants to join, they still can.
Yes.
So we encourage people to get involved. We're kind of a family affair where we, sometimes it takes a village, but we are definitely something that I think once you get into it, you'll see the value in it, and really it's kind of becomes a lifelong thing.
Absolutely. And if people want to find out more about 4-H Club Days, talk to me about the time, the location, things like that.
Yeah, so just check out our website, the Wildcat Extension District at ksu.edu, and you'll see all the 4-H information there where you can enroll, learn about club days and different things like that.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being with us this morning. Happy to have you. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 7:17 now on this Wednesday morning. On to the future track. That's where we're going to start. By noon, we're going to have that mix of partly to mostly cloudy skies. Eventually, these clouds will gradually increase across the area and will all be straight up cloudy. And that is ahead of the showers that are going to start rolling in by late evening. So we're looking at maybe anywhere between 8 and 10 is when this is all going to start. Initially scattered showers, and then eventually we'll start seeing a few thunderstorms. No severe weather, but heavy rain is a possibility. So there's some minor concerns for some flash flooding with the heavier rain, something that we want to keep an eye on. There are greater concerns for some flooding off to our south and east. There are flood watches out there, but nothing in our immediate area at this time. Of course, if that changes, we'll let you know. We go overnight, scattered showers and storms. However, as much as we need this rain, they picked the worst possible time to begin to pick up in coverage. And that's going to be right as we're getting ready to start our Thursday. By 5 a.m., we've got more organized showers and thunderstorms off to the south, scattered showers ahead of that. And right as we're starting our morning commute, getting kids on the bus, heading outside, whatever the case may be, that's when a lot of this is going to start to ramp up. By 9, we've got showers, thunderstorms across the entire area. Like I said, no severe weather, but heavy rain, absolutely a possibility. It could lead to some flash flooding. So as we've mentioned, if you know your route to or from wherever your destination is on Thursday is prone to flash flooding, just be prepared to take an alternate route, okay? Otherwise, shower storms continue through most of the day, becoming a little more scattered by the afternoon and evening hours, and then by late evening, overnight, not that much left, but a few stray showers could be out there as we kick off our Friday, and then we'll have winds shift out of the north as this system pushes to the east, and we'll be a little cooler, but seasonably cool. In fact, some of us still even above average as we head into Friday afternoon. 7th and range line looking great so far. You can see there's a few more clouds out there now than there there even was about half an hour ago. 37 in Joplin. Winds are calm, and that's where they're expected to be all day today. Temperatures, a wide range of temperatures from the low, mid, upper 20s to the low, mid, and upper 30s. So a 20-degree spread almost in temperatures. From about 20 to almost 40. So yeah, it's a wild start to the day in terms of those temperatures. Again, calm winds will all eventually warm up. Mid-30s to start, partly to mostly cloudy skies. Again, those clouds increasing, low 50s by 11 a.m. Our highs today, about 60. Some of us upper 50s. Theirs will be into the low 60s. And we are talking temperatures 15 to 20 degrees above normal today with those calm winds and increasing clouds. Late this evening, again, showers begin to increase. Now the clouds will act as that blanket, keeping in some of the warm air, so temperatures don't drop a lot overnight. They'll slowly fall back, mainly into the mid to upper 40s. Scattered showers and storms. Southeast breeze at about 5 to 10. We're going to be in the upper 50s tomorrow with scattered showers and thunderstorms out there. That continues again into early Friday. Then wraps up. Not too bad. A little cooler, but seasonal. This weekend, great opportunity to hit a trail, do something outside, ride a bike, go jogging, something you may not have been able to do on a weekend here recently. Enjoy that, because next week we do get colder. We're seasonably cold, but we do get colder, and we have some additional rain chances. Let's check your forecast. We're back with more right after this. Well, when visiting a botanical garden, people usually enjoy the sights and especially the scents.
However, one rare plant is attracting tourists for its unpleasant odor. Christy Keshelshian has more on this.
Oh, there's like a whoop. Consider it a blessing that you're not able to smell what's on your screen right now. You gotta describe, what was that smell?
Oh, it smelled like rotting garbage.
Sweaty.
Yeah, it's like being in like a locker
Gym,
room.
it's like a locker room.
It's putrid.
It's the worst thing I ever smelled.
Yesterday at least was dead rat with a little garlic, a little burnt plastic. Today's been a little fainter, but it's still coming in waves, and I'm getting more of a stinky cheese foot smell.
Gardener Chris Sprindis has been caring for the Amorphophallus gigas, or corpse flower, the Brooklyn Botanic Garden received 7 years ago as a seedling from an orchid nursery in Malaysia. It's only one of 4 known to be in a garden in the U.S. It bloomed for the first time Thursday night into Friday. But why does it smell so bad?
It's pollinated by flies and beetles that normally lay their eggs in dead animals. So, the larvae have something to eat when they hatch, but it smells like that to attract those insects, and in doing so, they inadvertently pollinate the plant.
There was a long line of curious noses waiting to lean in and sniff for themselves Saturday. It's not known how long exactly the bloom will last. It only opens for a couple of days before it goes dormant for the next 3 to 5 years before it blooms again. The smell is already less strong than it was Friday. Farah Marie Velton waited in line for 2 hours and says that's nothing compared to the years it took for it to blossom.
And it makes you think about patience. That's what I was thinking about. Like that whole time it's been in the back here and they've been taking care of it, and you never know when it's going to bloom, and it did. So I'm happy that I came.
Certainly interesting.
Yeah.
And it's great that it's at the botanical garden.
Right.
That's a good place for it. It's probably something you don't want in your house necessarily, but still very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I bet you it's cool. It's a cool experience, but I couldn't imagine going there, willingly going there to smell that plant. I don't know.
That's like people lining up to go and check out, a dog's droppings in a park or something.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Is that what you like to do? Okay.
No, absolutely not. But hey, to each their own. But it's still a neat flower,
Yes.
still a neat experience, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Well, coming up, officials and residents of Joplin unite to celebrate the launch of their latest life-saving initiative.
And we've got some showers on the way later. We'll talk about what we're expecting through the morning when we come back.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:29. I'm Elise Snowy. Missouri Governor Mike Kehoe gives his first State of the State address last night. Governor Kehoe spoke before members of the General Assembly just 2 weeks after assuming the office. As in his acceptance speech, the governor spoke about improving the lives of Missourians through expanding education opportunities, cutting taxes, and expanding childcare. Kehoe said those are all possible through focusing on public safety, as well as enforcing and preventing crime in the Show Me State.
Before becoming governor, I promised Missourians I would take action on crime as soon as my hand left the Bible on Inauguration Day. And we did just that, signing 6 executive orders that were developed based on input from law enforcement to launch our Safer Missouri initiative.
Mike Kehoe was sworn in on January 13th as the 58th governor of Missouri. Well, tomorrow's business leaders took their skills to competition yesterday at Pitt State. The Girard High School Future Business Leaders of America chapter hosted the Kansas FBLA District 1 competition. The finalists performed for a panel of judges in hopes of making it to the state level, then qualifying to represent Kansas in a national competition in California at the end of June.
I'm a part of FBLA because I saw the opportunity for it to make me more confident, more happy in myself, and bring light to others to help them too.
They realized that they took on this challenge, they did a great job, and they are going to evaluate themselves and where they can improve and then come back even bigger and better and stronger.
The finalists were chosen from more than 275 competitors from 14 schools. And Fire Station 7 in Joplin celebrated a new way of saving lives. Joplin city officials, members of the fire department, community resources staff, and volunteers came out for the opening of a brand new Safe Haven baby box drop-off. The baby box will provide a safe and anonymous option for parents in crisis to surrender infants. This is the first baby box in Joplin and only the 6th in the state.
Made a big impact in communities. Like I said earlier, we have saved 55 babies in our boxes, so the program is working, right? We just have to get more boxes out there and educate these kids on the Safe Haven law and on the Safe Haven baby boxes.
The baby box was blessed and placed into service yesterday. Now let's head over to Chris for a quick look at your forecast.
Of a chilly start today out there. Clouds again increasing. As you can see from our camera downtown Pittsburgh, there's more clouds out there than there was even just 20-30 minutes ago, even less time than that. As for this, I mean, I'm not sure it's a lot. I mean, if you look, it's a lot of smoke coming from that chimney, but I've been watching it. It's only coming from the chimney, so I don't believe the building's on fire, and there's a couple of trucks parked outside. It's just, boy, it is pouring out this white smoke that's just kind of encapsulating the downtown area. So if somebody knows what that is, email us, because I'm now genuinely curious. Outside of that, though, we have those clouds, and they are continuing to increase. There they are, also increasing from our camera at 7th and Rangeline. You can't see the sunrise as well as we could just a little while ago. MoDOT camera, 20th and Rangeline. You can see clouds off in the distance as well. And from the KDOT camera, just south of Pittsburgh, not as much sunlight getting over those trees with the clouds increasing. So we have that mix of partly to mostly cloudy skies as they gradually increase across the entire area through the afternoon hours. And then late this evening, say between 8 and 10, I think is going to be when it starts. We'll start getting some isolated showers out there. And then as we go overnight, we'll start to see a few thunderstorms. And again, no severe weather expected, but some heavy rain is possible. 37 in Joplin, 28 in Pittsburgh, a 9-degree difference on what is a relatively short drive, honestly, a short distance. And that's how it's been all morning, a very wide mix of temperatures. Anywhere from the now into the mid to upper 20s and the low to mid and even upper 30s. So we've got about a 15-degree spread in temperatures this morning. However, we all will be warmer today, about 60. So that's going to put us anywhere from 15 to 20 degrees above normal with those partly to mostly cloudy skies. Rain chances increasing overnight. We will talk about those rain chances, how long they'll last, and how our weekend is shaping up here in just a few more minutes. Lise?
All right, thanks. Well, anyone who has lived in this area long enough knows about the charm of small towns. KOAM's photographer Trevor Lewis has been featuring some of those towns and brings us a look at Golden City, Missouri.
Golden City is the only golden city in the USA. It is the one and only. It has a lot of history. We've lost a lot of business, but at one time, you could get everything we needed right here in Golden City. In 1955, there were more Ford cars sold in Golden City than any place in the Kansas City district. Could travel any place across the United States, start visiting with somebody, and they'd always ask about Cookie's Cafe. We had a teen town, and after the show, all the kids went to the teen town. A lot of the other towns didn't have dancing, so most everybody wanted to come to Golden City. So now we do have a museum, and it is just to keep a lot of artifacts and memorabilia from going into a dumpster someplace, because the generation that is just about gone, but as they pass away, the children find things that they've put back, and it would go into a dumpster or go into a garage sale if we didn't have the museum. So we feel like we're lucky to be able to have the museum. If you want to live in a good area, it's the place to live. It's just a good bedroom community.
And just in case you were wondering about the population of Golden City, Missouri, it's 657. And that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. A Texas woman transforms her life after battling addiction for years. We'll be right back, but first, here's Sheldon, Missouri. And Consumer Watch this morning. Well, no more waiting for pharmacy workers to unlock your deodorant and shampoo. The CVS Health app debuting a new feature yesterday, allowing customers to unlock their theft-proof cabinets on their own. The drugstore's executive VP telling the Wall Street Journal that customers really disliked the locked cabinets, sometimes waiting upwards of 40 minutes to get their items. CVS plans to roll out the feature to 10 to 15 more stores, the majority of which are located on the West Coast. Well, Starbucks is rolling out changes across its North American locations, including the return of free refills. The announcement came on Monday as it brought back free refills on select drinks, including hot or iced coffee or tea, and will once again put any beverage in a coffee mug, glass cup, or personal cup for customers dining in. The Seattle-based coffee chain also brought back its condiment bars, giving customers the opportunity to add creamer, milk, and sweeteners to their order. And Popeyes and Don Julio have announced a collaboration in honor of Super Bowl 59, releasing 3 limited-time menu items on January 31st for a single day. The items include the Chonka chicken sandwich, Louisiana garlic 3-piece wings, and a spicy strawberry hibiscus flavored lemonade mocktail. Now, people who live in New York City, Miami, New Orleans, Philadelphia, and Kansas City will have a chance to try the specialty items before they are available at Popeye's flagship restaurant on Canal Street in New Orleans. Well, in less than 2 weeks, the Philadelphia Eagles and Kansas City Chiefs meet in New Orleans for Super Bowl 59. But the big game can't be possible without the game ball. Fox Business correspondent Kelly Saberi is at the Wilson Sporting Goods factory in Ada, Ohio, where the pigskin process can begin.
Before the confetti even came raining down on the Kansas City Chiefs, the workers at this Ada, Ohio factory got to work creating the Duke, the official football of the NFL.
The work continued through the night so that by Monday morning, 54 balls are ready to be sent to both teams to be prepped or broken in. Then another set of 54 balls went out on Tuesday. One of the most difficult parts of manufacturing the ball is known as turning. Literally turning the leather inside out with just a couple of motions. Some NFL players think they can do this, only to be sadly mistaken when they visit the factory. And I tried it myself.
And pull it down?
They did try to give me some grace by acknowledging that the machinery was much taller than me. While the Duke has evolved to include microchip technology, collecting data on athletes, the craftsmanship has stayed the same. Some of these sewing machines are 80 to 100 years old. Wilson executives and plant leaders we spoke to share the same sentiment. Without the hard work and talent of the people in this town, there wouldn't be the Duke.
It is required that the NFL game ball be made in the United States, and we're proud of that. We wouldn't do it any other way anyway, because no one can build footballs like our people in Ada can.
They don't underestimate the impact of what they're doing here. The ball and it being on the world's largest stage, come Super Bowl 59, they'll all be watching, whether they have a team in the game or not. They're watching this ball.
While the Browns have never been to a Super Bowl, the folks here in Ada are always represented on the field. In Ada, Ohio, Kelly Saberi, Fox Business.
And those are our top consumer stories. Let's take a look at the market prices before the opening bell.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 7:44 on this Wednesday morning. Starting with the future track again, we're going to have those partly to mostly cloudy skies. Clouds gradually increasing across the area as we head through the afternoon and evening. Eventually, we will become cloudy. All of us will. And then eventually, all of us will start to see some showers, maybe even a couple of thunderstorms. So late evening, I say between 8 and 10 is when we're going to start to see some scattered showers, maybe a couple of rumbles of thunder out there. Start to roll in, but I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I'm like right now looking at the Skywatch Storm Tracker. There are some showers that are southwest of Tulsa. They're down by Oklahoma City. So we'll see if they hold together. If they do, we could get rain a little earlier than 8 o'clock this evening. But once we get into it, we're going to have scattered showers and storms throughout the night and most of, not almost all of our Thursday. The thing is the bulk of this is going to start right as we're beginning our morning commute, getting kids on the bus, whatever the case may be. So just make sure you're prepared. Again, we're not anticipating any severe weather, but some heavy rain is a possibility. And the flooding concerns are mainly off to our south and east, but we could still get some flash flooding out there with the heavy rain with these storms, especially along and to the south of the I-44 corridor. We'll have those scattered showers and storms again throughout most of our Thursday. They'll become a little more scattered by the evening hours out there and overnight. And then we could get a few more stray showers early Friday morning before it all begins to clear out. And then skies will gradually begin to clear as we head into Friday afternoon. All right, 7th and range line. Take a look. There's those clouds. We've got that mix, even just over Joplin, a mix of partly to mostly cloudy skies. Winds are calm, and that's where they're expected to stay. 37 is where we are right now. Temperatures around the region, we've had a mix, an almost 20-degree mix. From earlier, we were having temperatures about 20 to right around 40, and we still got about a 15-degree mix. We've got mid-upper 20s and then low, mid, and upper 30s across the region. And like I said, all of us, though, will eventually get in on the warmer weather. Starting in the mid-30s, partly cloudy skies, clouds increasing for some of us a little faster than others. Low 50s by 11 a.m. Partly to mostly cloudy skies this afternoon. Temperatures warming, some of us upper 50s, others low to mid 60s, but about 60 as the average. And that puts us anywhere from 15 to 20 degrees warmer than where we should be for this time of year. So definitely a nice little taste of spring. Clouds thicken up, so of course that'll trap in some of the warmer air. Temperatures a little slower to fall this evening. Start seeing those showers and eventually scattered showers and storms overnight back into the upper 40s and southeast winds 5 to 10. As we go into tomorrow, upper 50s, scattered showers and storms throughout the day. A little cooler on Friday, mostly cloudy, and then eventually we'll get some clearing taking place as we end the Friday afternoon. Temperatures this weekend, beautiful. If you want to get out, jog, walk on one of our local trails, just sit out in the front yard, anything outside just to relax, maybe not do that yard work yet. We can put that off until spring. This is the weekend, though, to relax outside. Monday still isn't too bad, but then we will get colder next week. We'll be seasonably cold next week, but it'll be chillier for sure with some additional rain chances. Let's check your forecast. We're back with more right after this.
Well, sobriety, staying away from alcohol use, can be a challenge even with goals for the new year. One
North Texas woman shows us with grit and determination, any goal can become reality.
5 a.m. comes dark and early for Sherry Chafin. She starts every day in the gym with a sober sister, then heads home for a weekly call that's changed her life.
My sobriety journey was not something I wanted to be on. It was something I needed to be on.
Sherry became a meth addict in high school. She got clean after 2 years, but slipped into alcoholism. So 4 years ago,
it's just this big life change.
She created this weekly meeting for alcoholics.
The journey was very grueling. That first year of being sober, just because I had good intentions and I changed my mind and I changed my habits didn't mean that the consequences didn't still follow me.
Sherry celebrated 6 years sober on Christmas Day. Throughout the years, she's used the darkest parts of her life to bring light to others. She's now the owner of Cornbread Hustle, a business she started for recovering addicts, alcoholics, and convicted felons needing a job. At one of the job sites, she touches base with some of her employees, and they greet her with gratitude.
Being released from prison, it was challenging to get a job. Of course, with an act of months, a lot of people didn't want to give me a chance, but corporate hustle, they gave me a chance.
Last year, before the holidays, I was kind of struggling and looking for something to keep me going, especially trying to make, Christmas better for my kids. And, this was kind of a miracle because it just happened last minute.
Hey guys! Sherry also began a program at the Collin County Jail to help inmates get back on their feet. Her sobriety journey was not easy, but worth it. She says to those needing to take that first step, look up and find people in your corner.
I'm 50 pounds less. I don't have a negative bank account. I have friends who adore me and I adore them. And I have peace in my life. And before I quit drinking, I didn't have those things. I was searching for those things outside of myself. And now I have those things on the inside.
You really can achieve just about anything, but you really got to put your mind to it. You've got to stay focused on that task. And sometimes, you don't want to make 100 New Year's goals. You want to make that one, the one that's going to be the biggest difference.
It's great to have, a community and support groups and things like that for whatever goal, and to have that accountability as well.
Absolutely. And, we mentioned rain just a few moments ago on the Skywatch Storm Tracker down southwest of Ponca City and around Oklahoma City. Well, take a look at the future track. If you've been with us all morning, see those little showers in parts of Washington and Newada counties? They weren't there earlier. Now the future track is updated and it's showing it. I mentioned, looking at that rain, if it holds, we may get some showers a little earlier today. And see, take a look at the change. It just impresses me how as soon as we note something, the future track catches up and goes, you know what, might get some showers. So now we're looking a little earlier on these showers, and then we'll get more widespread showers and thunderstorms as we go overnight tonight and into Thursday. And of course, that'll have an impact on our morning commute. So make sure you are ready, especially if you get kids on the bus with some of that heavy rain out there. No severe weather expected though, which is some good news. We'll have another look at your forecast and the news you need to know right after this.
And here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. Southeast Kansas authorities are investigating the findings of a body in the ruins of a house fire in La Harpe, Kansas on Monday. After fighting the fire for several hours, an unidentified body was discovered inside. Authorities have requested an autopsy and the Kansas State Fire Marshal's office is investigating. And Matt Stewart was sworn in as the new sheriff of Newton County earlier this month. Stewart says as sheriff, he's working on transparency within the department. The sheriff says he is organizing monthly Meet the Sheriff events where the community can come speak with him one-on-one. And Fire Station 7 in Joplin celebrated a new way of saving lives with the opening of a brand new Safe Haven baby box drop-off. The baby box will provide a safe and anonymous option for parents in crisis to surrender infants. This is the first baby box in Joplin and only the 6th in the state.
All right, as I mentioned, I'm going to start with the future track simply because there's some rain out there by Oklahoma City, Ponca City that the future track has now picked up on, so it's going to be a little more accurate than the current forecast graphics because I don't have time to update them. But we could be seeing showers as early as noon in parts of the southwestern portions of our area, with showers now rolling through in the early evening hours. They look to be fairly isolated, and I think that's going to be the case. And we'll have slightly better shower and thunderstorm chances as we go overnight tonight and into early Thursday morning. But we could see a few stray showers a little earlier today. Our highs right around 60. More storms and showers overnight. No severe weather, but heavy rain possible. That will continue into tomorrow, wrapping up early Friday. Got a great weekend ahead of us. We'll be back to normal temperatures next week with a few more rain chances.
Alrighty. Well, today you have the opportunity to watch KOAM's very own Dow Quick in the city of Pittsburgh's featured segment, Cruisin' the Burg. Now, this Facebook feature stars Assistant City Manager Jay Byers as he cruises around town interviewing local icons from Pittsburgh.
Now, you'll learn some very interesting tidbits about Dow, like where he and his wife Kay were married, and something that's somewhat interesting about the view from his previous home. Well, if you know Dow, you may know what that is. If you don't, you will find out So make sure you check that out. And thanks for checking us out this morning. We will be back today at noon with more news and weather.
Have a great rest of your morning.